So welcome back to my prison architect build. We have already constructed the minimum security wings, which are very big dormitories. Lots and lots of people crammed in to big communal blocks, and then we have some medium security bunk bed shared cells, so a little less intimate. So a few less people in these blocks. We have 3,348 prisoners in total, and we have built our central areas with huge kitchen and canteen to serve both minimum and medium security. And the next stage of our build before we open, we are going to develop the maximum security wings in these two areas, and then a visitation center in this area for parole and visitation. And then in these areas we will probably have a supermax and snitches wing with some areas left over for some future purposes. So the idea that I'm thinking for the maximum security is I do not want anything close to resembling this amount of people in one space, not even similar to this amount of people. We're going to have separate small discrete blocks that house a maximum. I'm working to a maximum of 8 people, 8 maximum security prisoners per block, which seems probably deadly enough, because as soon as they get together in large groups, it can be quite violent, and you can spend a lot of time dealing with incidents. So what I'm going to try and do is keep it to 8, and that conveniently is a single table in a canteen. So we're going to go ahead and start planning this out. So we've got this zone that I've allowed for, and I'm going to give us a little bit of space so that we can have a new perimeter fence, because I have escape plans turned on. There's going to be a lot of fence climbing, so we're going to have some space with another perimeter fence. We're going to have guard towers, so I'm going to leave 2 squares, and we're going to build something. I think a standard 12 meters should give us the sort of size cells that we're looking for, so that's good. So we've got two spaces each side. So what we'll do is we'll start looking at this one, and these blocks are basically going to contain 8 cells, so 1 prisoner per cell, and they are going to contain a canteen stroke sort of communal area. So to fit them into the space that we've got here, we're going to end up with cells which are something like 3 by 3. So we're going to see what sort of entertainment and facilities we can get into this space. Look, you see I'm $3.5 million in the can already, and we're losing 35 grand a day just by the fact we've only got 77 guards. We're going to need a lot more. So I'm not made of money. They're not going to have a cell block the size of this laundry. So we're going to cram them in. We're going to cram them in, and hopefully we're just going to give them just enough so that they're happy. So what did we say? We said 8. So let's plan this out. So that's 6. We have our 8 cells. How deep is that? 17. Total 22. That feels about right. We have a table in here, and we have some other communal bits and pieces. These 8 people, they still might murder each other, but there's less chance of there being hundreds of people in the same room that we might have over in this situation. So what size is this? This is a 23 by 12. So we'll have blocks here, working on the basis that we'll have a bit of symmetry. So 2 in, 2 in, 23 by 12, gap of 2, 23 by 12, gap of 2, 23 by 12. Great, we're starting to build these up. Let's leave a gap of 2 again. So we've got 12 blocks each side. We'll come back and copy what we've got over here. So this leaves us some space to create some kind of communal central area, and to maximize that, we'll just build that right up to the edges. So we'll have some access routes to get through to these areas. This will be central facilities, this will be kitchen, laundry, security, armory, to serve these blocks. So let's go ahead and start making blocks first. So we will have, I think I'm gonna go, I think the standard jail door feels like it's a bit weak for this situation. So we're gonna have some secure doors. And remember, even if you're playing on sandbox mode, you need to unpause it for it to start building. So here we go, here's our foundations. And let's go about making the walls for ourselves. And yes, you could use to build one and use the clone tool. I'll probably do that for the interior bits. So let's have some nice secure doors on all of the cells. We'll put the doors centrally. And what we'll do is we'll have a toilet. We'll have a shower drain, a shower head, sink and a mirror. Then we need at minimum a bed. So let's think about how we might arrange this. So let's have the bed there. To satisfy the spirituality need, we're going to put a prayer mat in because they don't have access to the chapel. We will use bookshelf so they have some entertainment, and just to cram their room even further and even denser, we'll give them a weights bench. And I'm pretty sure I could squeeze something else in, depending on what we have. But that feels like it's already packed. Yeah, let's try with this. We can always come back and give them more stuff. That's never a problem. So to rotate. And I've forgotten the key for the flip. Definitely isn't C. It's F. A combination of R and F key, because I want the toilets at the top, just for symmetry. Excellent. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to give them the necessaries for their canteen, an 8-person table with 2 benches. Now in this canteen area, they'd love to have a phone booth. So we'll put a couple of those in. We need a serving table. It's quite inefficient because these serving tables provide for quite a lot of people. And we'll give them, I think we'll give them a TV. Put a large TV in. You can't complain then. This should be everything that they need, right? A wide sofa. Ooh, we're auto-saving. Pool table, is that a bit too... That could be a step too far. Let's give them another couple of weight benches. Seems ridiculous in the kitchen, but here we are. table football. Well, maybe football would have been good. Never mind. It's a hard life. And yeah, so we're going to need some water boilers. And I'm probably going to lose a cell actually around this area to accommodate. We just need some doors to actually get into the cell block. Let's put some more secure doors in. We'll have a secure door to get out as well. This is new. Oh, these are the quick builds. I'm thinking of looking at rooms. Okay. And we have to call the canteen a canteen, so it gets picked up that that's where food needs to be delivered. And we will call this like security. Everything outside, staff only. Actually, we need to construct our perimeter wall first before we do that. That's fine. So have we picked up? We haven't picked up max security yet. So let's go ahead and clone these blocks. It's not bad, 5,000. Seems inexpensive. Wonderful. And we need some more foundations for the central area. So we did say we were going to have boilers in this location to be able to heat the showers from these rooms. So we have one less cell here. Okay, and the foundations have gone a little weird there. That's more like it. Okay, so in terms of access, just going to have quite a narrow single corridor that allows access to all of these blocks. We'll have secure door access into the central facilities here. We're going to have some secure doors to be able to get outside if the guards need to do that, the gardeners. And certainly the people delivering the food to the canteen, we need to get out. So let's create our utilities. Hopefully one power station with the max capacitors will serve easily these blocks. So let's run power out. Kind of like to do that as soon as possible to stop everything flashing. We still haven't had max security come up as a safe capacity yet. It was the right mouse button I was looking for, not empty room. Okay, let's continue with the electricity. Wonderful. We have lights, except for where the lights got removed from the clone. Pop a few lights back in. It's a bit better. I think they got taken out by the walls. So auto lights is great because you don't want to do this manually every time you build something. It's okay, I think that's light enough. So let's build some water utilities while we're here. Get our large pipes running so we can service the showers and toilets. You see the advantage of having centralized shower and toilet blocks, so you don't have to provide hot and cold water to every single cell. But I'm not sure communal shower blocks are a good idea in these security levels. So unfortunately you do have to go through, take the time to install all of your pipework. So that's run through. For this block, just need to continue with the upper portion. So that's done, and we'll put a hot water boiler in the space that we're allowed for. And we'll have a radiator in each kitchen at this location. And we'll have one in each corridor and around this location. Kitchen radiators. And corridors. Again, I'm sort of judging how this might work. So we need to connect the hot water to the power and to the cold water system. Then we can start connecting the boiler to the hot water. And we'll see this is sufficient to get the hot water. It is, so this is a good central location. Hopefully it will stretch down to here. Well, perfect, so this boiler covers all of these cells. So what we're doing now is connecting the showers to the hot water system, because that's quite a nice thing to do. They may be maximum security, but they're like a nice warm shower in the morning like the rest of us. Who am I to deny them that? So we'll keep running this through. So that's done, all the hot water connected, pretty good, running off the 2 hot water boilers, and we have main blocks constructed. Still haven't registered the cells yet, so I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong here. Hopefully this isn't some sort of bug. I'm just missing something. So let's go ahead and build the perimeter wall around our max security. It's just another layer protection. Just kind of looks like maybe we need an extra layer of defense around them. And we'll do our flooring. So basically going to have pathways where we need them. We'll have some grass everywhere that we don't. And internally, black tiles for the canteen areas, and I know I could have done this before I cloned them. No, I'm not very efficient here, so we're doing it this way. So for each block, we're going to have some CCTV. For these two locations, will cover sufficiently what's going on. Let's see how this works out. Got any blind spots? Once the fog of war is set, once we have the first prisoners arriving. So what do we need in this area? Well, definitely need a kitchen, a laundry, and some security. So in terms of the kitchen, we have 94 prisoners in the maximum security block. So we will need 5 cookers. And we will need 8 fridges. I'm working this out on the basis of medium meal variety and medium meal quantity, as I've done for the rest of the prison. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another fridge over here, and then we will have a sink. I think we can fit 2 of those in. That'll be our kitchen. And we will need, because we have 5 cookers, 5 cooks. We just need to check our deployment. so that's interesting. No access. What am I missing? What am I missing? So that's working out. That's okay. So I think it just took a little while. It lagged a little bit. It's fine. So let's connect up the water for this. Which is good. It's right there. We have our cookers and fridges. I need a hot water as well. So let's see if we can bring that over from here. Okay, so that's working. Alright, now in terms of security, we've got quite a lot of cameras that we want to connect up. So I think we'll have a couple of CCTV monitors. We'll have a phone tap, because this is quite useful. And we're going to have door control system. Because again, what I've forgotten to do, put door servos on. Because I wanted to be able to remotely control these doors. So again, I know I should have done this before I cloned the blocks. That's absolutely fine. So let's do a quick connect to the cameras. And to the door servos. Repeat that for the other block. So let's connect up power. Also in here we need an office desk, a filing cabinet, and a chair to make this a security room. And something like a secure door into here would be a good idea. Next, we're going to have about this size through some more secure doors. We're going to have kennels, and an armory. So let's be honest, this is where we're most likely to need some armed officers. While we're here, let's hire some more guards. We've got 50, I think we'll need at least 100, so let's increase our wage bill. Very quick off the mark, aren't they? Just sort of like, huh? Oh, okay. Off they go. We need a laundry. So what did we say? We've got 94 prisoners. So 94 prisoners we need 2 laundry machines, 3 ironing boards, and 6 baskets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this won't be prison labour, this will be janitors. Yeah, there's a staff door. Yeah, I've had prisons before where I've had Supermax and Max Security work in a workshop, and the amount of horrific deaths caused by power drills. So I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to make this weirdly shaped staff room at the end. It's the least of my worries, I think, in terms of whether or not they like this. I think they're going to have far bigger problems than the dimensions of this staff room once this prison opens. Staff room number 27. Excellent. Get the machines up. So we're all operational. And we'll call this area cleaning cupboard. Sort of the utility area. That's just going to be janitors only. How many janitors do we have? 30. Doesn't seem very many. I'm going to bring this up to 50. Dog handlers I'm going to need. Are we crashing or saving? We're saving. I'm going to say 40 dog handlers. So yeah, they can start to think about what they might want to do. Yeah, way to make capacitors. Capacitors are really powerful. Alright. I think I'm going to clone this for the upper section as well. And then we will have to do the utilities again, because of course utilities do not copy. As I'll demonstrate. So once this is all constructed, you'll see that the above ground utilities, the power station, the water, the boilers, do not go with it. And there will be no underground utilities either in terms of pipes. So we'll go away and connect all those up. I'll come back as soon as this is constructed. It's taking its merry time. And we're set. So you can see there's no power, no water. So I need to repeat everything that I did down here. So I'll come back. Oh, this is so time consuming. Pipes, 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 pipes. Also, don't forget to connect your phone booths up to the phone tap, which I hadn't done on the other block. And also double check you haven't left gaps in any of your fences. That's not really a good idea. I've had to go through with logistics and make sure that our laundry is actually distributing to these cells, because it automatically started distributing to cells which are closer, and you can do that just by holding down the shift key. Food distribution, it's automatically picked up these canteens, but we have an issue here where these canteens are going to be supplied by the kitchen designed to serve the staff canteen. So I think, yeah, you right click when paused, and then you can shift click from that canteen. And then we can assign this kitchen to that canteen. Let that run. And these do the same for the top as well, just to double check. Yeah, because it hasn't picked up. There's laundry because I didn't assign the room as a laundry. And it won't create the room as a laundry because the laundry baskets have already been taken off somewhere else. So hopefully now this is laundry, these will stay. Yeah, and automatically started assigning the laundry to these rooms. Need to pause that and stop. The way of doing it was just shift clicking to every cell. And food distribution is fine. The kitchen's picked up all of the canteens. Such a huge amount of people going to that canteen. That's awesome. So next we're going to have a look at our visitation and parole area, and this is I've sort of defined in this zone. So what I'm planning to do is I'd like to create a sort of generous kind of courtyard around this area that will have the parole rooms top and bottom and a fairly large visitation suite, so somewhere right here. So I'm sort of thinking courtyard, looking something like this. So if we say 19 of both sides, so that this would be courtyard. And I just need to check first what I can get in terms of visitor booths. And they say visitor and prisoner, so you know which side to rotate it to. So for example, if I just did a line, we're obviously going to have too much space behind. So I'd like to have basically little cul-de-sacs. So the visitors can come in we flip it so the prisoners have their cul-de-sacs on their side, visitors have the cul-de-sacs on their sides. And then what we do is we close off the walls. What have I done? Oh no. Bit trigger happy with the walls, that. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna bring the wall out to here. That'll give us quite deep visitor numbers, I think. We can probably expand that down there. Definitely take it to this side, so I've got space to get both circulation routes to go through. I'll keep this as a circulation route for the main prison. Now in terms of parole, we only need visitor table, parole room. We could get maybe numbers in to this extent, because we do have quite a lot of prisoners. So something like that with a corridor. That's a good depth. Okay, let's build some foundations. I'll do it in 2 halves and flip it. Oh, we need some doors. The staff side, we'll have doors on the prison side as well. Interesting, it's destroyed our walls in the process of constructing the foundations. Okay, let's get a few more visitor booths in. Making sure we have the right side facing the right direction. And keeping the prisoners separate from the visitors. In terms of power in this, I know we have an awful lot of power left over in the max security wings, so I'm just going to tap into that. Won't be too much of a huge power draw. Really just lights. This looks like we're going to be a little bit inefficient in terms of squeezing in parole rooms. Maybe we can get really tight up here. Yeah, I think we can do that. Comes off the visitor side, and the prison can get in this side. Not the greatest design, but I'm trying to cram him in here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a lot of prisoners, so Basically somewhere where you can shoot your lawyer dead when they come to try and argue the case that you should be released. Okay, I'm gonna let that kick in. There we go. Prison's getting a bit big, quite a bit of lag. I'm going to clone that and then we'll work up what I'm thinking in this visitation area. So it was key F to flip, R to rotate. Okay, what we'll do is we'll have some the main path through to connect the utilities up. Okay, so where were we? I'm going to create sort of colonnade effect. Just to be all architectural. 2, 3. Another 3. Another 3. Sometimes it can be fancy. Imagine that's a nice colonnaded loggia. And then within this area, nice for the gardens. So we're going to have a bit of flowery field around the perimeter. Some grass. And we'll plant some trees. And we just need to be able to get the gardeners to be able to get into there. But the best you can hope for, I think. The trees in the yards have finally started to grow, so that's nice. So these will pick up. Let's do more hedges around this area. Let's take off our planning lines. Make sure we've got our floor surfaces where we want them to be. It's nice to have a bit of landscaping. A bit of greenery makes everyone feel a bit better. Maybe people don't want to escape so much. They're surrounded by grass and lovely nature. We'll see. Highly doubt that. Haven't put any guard towers in yet. I will come back to that though. Okay, so we're starting to fill in. We have a few little bits left, which is the Supermax and the Snitches and Death Row. And after that, we'll be ready to open. So join me next time and we will see the disaster unfold.